craziest thing that ever happened to me while officiating. And he was throwing his club up in the air and letting it hit the ground on the green with his putter. Apparently he was a bit of a hothead, which I didn't know. My section director called me and he said, "Hey Tom, this guy might show up at your house." The other guys went to the tee, and I'm walking back to my cart, and the one guy screamed, "Mr. Beeler, watch out." He wants to go to court. He didn't want to take a plea deal.
Nice shot.
I like Mr. Palmer because when I was growing up, he was the king. I think you ever managed handicap, but you're definitely not a fan.
I wish that was the case.
Are you happy with that?
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah, I really like that.
There's history. You know, when Dustin Johnson has his name on the U.S. Open trophy.
Right, I agree.
You know what I mean?
Hole number 1's a short par 4, 310 yards.
You.
See, no warm up.
Might be the fairway of number 2. We'll be alright. Thanks again for playing with me. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Pleasure of playing with a PGA member and a USGA official and the head pro of Youghiogheny Country Club.
Well, I was one of my hats. I'm also general manager.
GM?
I am.
Sure.
Lots of work to do all this league.
Yeah, I'm across the fairway. Yeah, so you must
I just gave her a lesson yesterday. Look at that. Right down,
right down the middle.
Got you on the other side of the fairway.
Yeah.
Wow.
Been over here before.
Yes.
You play a P wedge. Pull the back of the green.
Good shot.
Hit that really high. I thought it would have kicked into the fairway.
There it is. Just a little in the rough.
Yeah, good shot.
Good 94. A little too much. Grew up in Elizabeth Township. Graduated from EF in 1978. My father's house, my mother still lives there. She's out by Seven Springs Golf Course, which is now Victory Hills. I played in high school. I went to the military after high school.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But I didn't play in college.
What service of the branch were you in?
I was in the Army. You're an 8-point guy.
Try to.
This putt, that's good.
Yeah, I mean, my putting has gotten a lot better the last few rounds. That's really where I was struggling at.
Yeah.
I just feel like, because I watch it on camera, and I take the putter, like I noticed that I take it back, like, to the outside.
Yeah. Is that what the whole monkey grip's about?
I've switched to that, try to claw it.
Hole number 2 is the hardest hole on the golf course, 515-yard par 5.
You don't like the claw?
2 years old. Kind of a little more of a traditionalist. I kind of believe that when I see somebody that's doing that, it obviously tells me that they can't putt, or don't know how to putt. They are
well, that's me.
a little confused about what to do on how to putt. Even pros like Mickelson and guys like that are using the claw and the
like Fleetwood does the like underneath
the broom thing. You know, I wrote a paper about the anchored putting thing. You know, I just didn't think that should have ever been allowed. And it went on for 60-some years. We made a lot of enemies by outlawing it, I guess. That was a big hop. Well, that'll have to be a little recovery shot there. No, I didn't see that one again.
Hold that back.
Yeah.
You have like a standard like swing thought.
You have 1.2 seconds to swing your club. How many swing thoughts do you think you could have in 1.2 seconds?
No, I just mean like right before like, what do you think about when you're looking at the ball? Just your target?
I looked at where I wanted to go and then I swing.
Right here.
You know, I've been playing since I was a young man, and I find that it's better to not think. My father, my sister was born 11 months after me, so my father told everybody that he thought I was going to be his ticket out of the house. So he taught me how to putt before I could walk. He had me with my butt up against the cot and taught me how to putt before I could walk.
Cool. I started playing pretty young too. I never played on the golf team or anything because I always played football. So it's like, I wish golf wasn't a fall sport.
All right, that's safe. Sometimes you have to take that way and hook it hard.
You can play that?
Huh?
You can play that shot?
Well, I don't know that that's not a smart play.
Yeah.
But it's an option. Just in case you miss it. Good shot. Thanks.
What's the craziest like rolling you've had as an official?
Craziest thing that ever happened to me while officiating was I had a young man that was taking the playing test in the fall of 1996, right when the clubs were starting to put into effect using soft spikes. So this he wasn't a young guy, he was probably almost 40, but he was trying to pass the playing test to become a golf pro. Came to Chartiers Country Club and he stole some range balls, played 3 holes with his soft spikes on, and then he changed into regular metal spikes, and he was throwing his club up in the air and letting it hit the ground on the green with his putter. He missed a putt, throw it up in the air, hit the green, and make a mark, and then he didn't fix the damage. And the only reason I knew all this was because he was playing with one of the kids that was an assistant at the club, and a member was following them around. So he reported all that to me.
Nice shot.
And so anyway, get up there. And so I took the scores down, did all the things that they needed to do. And all that. And then after the event was over, I copied the section office and the national office, and told him that he needed to be more respectful of the hosting clubs, and he needed to abide by their rules, and he shouldn't be stealing their property, and all those types of things. And apparently he was a bit of a hothead, which I didn't know. And my section director called me and he said, "Hey Tom, this guy might show up at your house." So I'm like, well, whatever. If he does, he does. So I didn't think anything more about it the rest of the year. And he shows up at Cedarbrook the next season, like in June or July. And we started him on number 10 because of how Cedarbrook did their leagues and things in the evenings. So I get to number 12. They're already 2 holes behind. He's already hit 9 shots. He's in the bunker on number 12. Hits it over the bunker, and then he hits it back over. Then he grounds his club. Long story short,
just clueless.
He got a couple penalties for touching the sand, because that was a penalty back then. And when it came down to the tee, I just told them all as a group that they were, playing too slow.
Yeah.
So the other guys went to the tee, and I'm walking back to my cart, and the one guy screamed, "Mr. Beeler, watch out!" I turned around and I walked right into his bunch. So he hit me right below the eye. I fell down. He jumped on top of me. I ended up flipping him, and then I knelt on his throat until he could hardly breathe.
Oh my God.
And then I said to him, I don't know what your problem is. I said, but if you stand up and you still want to fight, today will be your last day. So anyway, there's a whole thing. We ended up in court and all kinds of stuff.
Oh man.
Get to that after you hit your shot.
That's intense. We're putting. Crazy story I've ever heard on golf course. That guy must have been out of his mind.
I'll have to swear on this video.
Yeah, of course. What did you call, what's that putting called? Like how Max Homa does it, where he feels it with his feet?
No, it's aim point.
Aim point, I guess that's what I'm trying to do. Ever since I started doing it, I feel like I started making putts.
He agrees he's not going to want to fight anymore, and he takes off. And I realized I'm bleeding at that time. I had to go to the doctor and get 6 stitches. I came back and finished the officiating. So I go up and the cops come over and they talk to me, and I've always been at a place where I've been in charge, so I carry the money to the bank and things like that. So I had a Glock in my bag.
Really?
And so when the cop moved my bag and he felt the weight, he goes, "What do you got in here?" I go, "You really don't want to know." And I said, I didn't show it to him, I didn't pull it out, I didn't threaten him with it, he never saw it, So anyway, we end up, assaulting a sports official is a little more than getting into a bar fight.
Right.
So we end up, he wants to go to court, he didn't want to take a plea deal. So we we have to go to court. And
so they went to trial?
Yeah, they're
wow.
They're quizzing me on the witness stand about, what happened, this and that and the other thing, and then the attorney says to me, she says, "What did you say to my client after you had control of him?" And I said, well, I told him if he wanted to continue to fight, today would be his last day. So she said, "So you threatened to kill him?" I said, "No, I didn't say that." And she said, "Isn't it true that you're a trained killer?" And I said, "Well, I don't know what you mean by that. She said, well, weren't you in the Army? I'm like, well, everybody's in the Army is trained to kill somebody in some way or another.
Yeah, that's kind of...
You know, she said, well, he's afraid of you. I'm like, well, he shouldn't be afraid of me. He said, but you know, all I meant was that I'm not going to let him get away with punching me.
Yeah.
If he wanted to.
That's like beyond like golf etiquette, and like that's just like a terrible human being, you know?
That's what I said. I said, you know, I'm on a golf course. I'm not an official that wears a striped shirt and blows a whistle. I said, he really doesn't even have to talk to me except to check in or tell me who he is or ask me a question. I said, you know, he never has to be engaging with me. The problem was that he wasn't a very good golfer, and I had to engage with him because of how he played.
Right.
So they told him that, you know, he had to pay some fine and this and that and the other thing, and he wasn't allowed to play golf where I'm officiating or come to the club where I work or any of that kind of stuff. So I'd never seen him again after.
Hole number 3 is a drivable par 4, 268 yards. Nice shot. Doesn't get old, huh?
Well, it's a fun game, and playing it my whole life, and I've met a lot of people, went a lot of places, played at a bunch of different golf courses, from courses that are pretty well where you wouldn't want to visit again to
what's your favorite
ones you want to go to all the time.
Who's your favorite golf course designer?
Golf course designer? I like Donald Ross courses. I don't mind Pete Dye golf courses because I like hard stuff. I like Alistair McKenzie. You know, I mean, it's hard to pick. I mean, golf courses have a lot to do with location and where they are and the history of the club and the events that have taken place there. I mean, one of the greatest walks in golf is the walk at Pebble Beach. You know, and we go there every spring.
The U.S. Women's Open's there right now.
Yeah, they're playing there right now. We go with my radio show, the Tom and Tom Golf Show. We have a trip that we take there every spring. All right, looks like it quieted down pretty quick.
How could you find your show? What is it called? Tom and what?
Tom and Tom been on since COVID because of their engineers and how they've hired their engineers back and stuff like that. But we're supposed to be back on the air next year. We're on ESPN 270 AM.
Oh, okay.
We started out. Tom Polchak is my partner on that show, and he was with a couple other guys, I guess, until they brought me on as a guest in 2007 when the Open was in Oakland.
Oh, okay.
And I have so much golf knowledge in my head that I don't have to use notes or look at anything to talk on the radio or wherever else. So the producers of the show like that's talking instead of reading. So I ended up getting the job, and we were with Fox 2008, 2009. And in 2010, Clear Channel bought the rights to ESPN in Pittsburgh. So we ended up buying our show, and then so we own our show, and we pay for the airtime on ESPN.
So that's ESPN FM now.
AM. AM 970.
970.
And they also broadcast on, I think, 106. Good shot.
It was a really great drive you had.
Thanks.
I just feel like I'm too afraid to hit because usually I hit 3 wood to get it here. If I'm playing in like aggressive. I guess just going, it's tight. I don't know. I guess going out and then
my first hit
these trees.
at Hidden Valley Resort up in Somerset.
Oh, that's a tough course.
Very, very narrow. In or out?
It's fine. Hey, if I'm playing pro golf, I'm not gonna complain. This is pretty solid. Gotta get dialed in on the range. You didn't even warm up. What'd you say? You don't have to warm up a Mercedes.
A Bentley.
A Bentley.
Mercedes, that's too cheap.
I wouldn't know with my Toyota. Hole number 4 is the scenic hole on the golf course. Par 4, 421 yards.
You gotta stay on the left side of this fairway. Do you have that running the whole time?
Majority of the time.
How's that chew up your battery?
Oh, it does. But I got a power pack. I got a power pack and I just slide it in the handle. Works pretty well. Akshay Bhatia.
Yeah.
He's a left-handed golfer.
Yeah.
He's like 20 something. I've been really like analyzing his swing lately.
Where's he playing at?
He's in the PGA.
Is he?
He got second place in the Puerto Rico Open, I think. It was like the B event.
You got left of the trees.
Yeah, if you're far enough left, it's all right. I've been there a lot too.
Opens up over there.
Who's your favorite player? If someone like that, or you look at their like mechanics, or
Well, I like Mr. Palmer because when I was growing up, he was the king. Well, he was always going to be the king
from this area.
from this area. I knew who he was. I read a lot about what Hogan did and how he did it, when he did it. Some of the stories about him of how, for lack of a better word, but how cantankerous he was most of the time. Yeah, it's fun to read the stories about him. Yeah, basically, being standoffish most of the time with everybody. One of my favorite stories is about Gary Player. When Gary Player came on the scene and started winning, and he was looking to get a club sponsor, and he was talking to the company. He was talking to Dunlop. He ended up going with Dunlop and called Mr. Hogan, asked Mr. Hogan for some swing advice. And Mr. Hogan said, "Who is this again?" And he said, "This is Gary Player from South Africa." And he says, "Oh," he said, "I remember you." He said, "You know what? Why don't you call Mr. Dunlop?"
Yeah, my dad was calling me Bryce Hogan for a while. 'Cause that's all I was talking about.
Looks like it bounced over.
Cool. The 160.
The rumors are it was Jack Nicklaus, but nobody ever confirmed that. Playing with him, and after every shot, the player was saying, "What club did you hit there, Mr. Hogan? What club did you hit there? What club did you hit there?" And so finally Hogan got mad on the 17th fairway at 160 yards. He had his caddy dump out all of his clubs on the ground. He dumped his shag bag out because they were having practice round, so I guess he was carrying a shag bag. And he proceeded to hit every club from his driver to his putter onto the green. And he said,
From 160.
He said to the kid, whoever it was, you know, when you know what to do and how to swing, it doesn't matter what club you hit. How about that?
That's sick.
Oh no, that's going to come right down the middle of the
Push through?
That's true.
Look at that.
Fairway. Another story is Faldo wanted to talk to Mr. Hogan, so his people set it up with Mr. Hogan's people so he goes to Shady Oaks. They put him at Mr. Hogan's table. Mr. Hogan came out, he sits down and looks at me and goes, before we order lunch or anything, I want to know what you want. And Fowler goes, well, I wanted to pick your brain about what I should do to win more majors. And Hogan said, well, you shoot a lower score than everyone else, and he got up and left. So Fowler didn't even get to have lunch with him.
What club was that?
We hit that a little hard. What's that?
What club was that?
Pitching wedge. You can make that.
Hole number 5 is a par 3, 147 yards.
Stay up. Yeah, we drop down in the bump.
Name on the bag. Yeah, I played one of the courses you recommended when we went to Florida. Played Bay Tree.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's set up perfect. Because I just played a fade all day and every hole was like dog leg left. We didn't get to play the Sun Tree, but definitely gonna go back for that. Man, you hit that on the number.
Tough when you don't feel like you have your balance.
Yeah, and I didn't feel like I had too much loft there as well. Good ball.
So you didn't go to any point class or anything. You just have been doing whatever you saw, people do.
Yeah.
So you aren't using the fingers or doing.
No, I am. One finger, 2, 3. Just off the field, right? Oh. I've been doing this thing where I like really visualize, like I look at the hole and then I visualize in my mind like a little dot, like where I'm hitting to. And that seems to really help. Hole number 6 is another short par 4, 301 yards. Need like rain globes out here today.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Like that.
It's been like that all week. Big rainbow. Right in the middle of the fairway.
Usually what I play. I've been trying to play like a pull cut. It's annoying when there's trees down the right or troubles on the right, and I just hit like a 4-eye.
What was the 6 kids?
Really?
And my youngest brother, 16 years younger than me. Damn. Church bells. They go every quarter hour. Put the song and all that stuff. The hour on Sundays. I go up by number 3 and I make my weekly phone call to my mother. And when the bells start ringing, I say, okay, Mom, it's time for me to go.
Oh, that's classic.
She thinks I'm such a good kid.
She thinks you're going to church and you're playing. How do you range these numbers still, or you?
Well, I just back up. Do it. it, so
Yeah.
I do it just to have that number in my head. And then, you know, most of it you got to use your eyes for. You know, it's, you try to feel where you're at. You try to visualize the shot. If you want to bring it in high or low or medium, or you know, all those things come into it, not just the yardage number.
Yeah, I think I'm more of a field player. Like I know like certain clock systems, like I know with my 56, if I go halfway, that's like 50 yards, but like I'm mostly feel. Oh wow, that's very good. You're on. Nice shot. I feel like I just kind of dug into that one. Usually chipping's been my strong point, but not this year. Thank you.
A little like they are about 1.5 feet slower than these.
Slower, yeah. That'd be a good thing for me. So you're all Titleist?
Yes, I've been with Titleist for I think right around 35 years. Titleist.
So I'm due to get new clubs.
Yeah.
You think I should be playing blades or no?
Well, I think you have a managed handicap because you definitely know it's
Wish that was the case.
Huh?
I wish that was the case. No, Arcos the last 2 years, like every round I played was a 9, but then I don't have Arcos this year, and I've been keeping track, and I'm at like 11. But I also just got my clubs regrip too, and I think that's helped me out tremendously. Is the club heavier?
Off-center hits are not as good. There's a little more workability, but you can't. Golf ball doesn't spin anywhere near what it used to spin. And when I was young and I was playing blade and so using a lot of ball, the ball would go 9,000, 10,000 RPM. So I could start the ball over here and fade it back onto the green. You know, you turned that ball on the last hole probably 30 yards.
Yeah.
But you don't see that as the norm anymore. You know, Nicholas used to say that if you hit a shot that's dead straight with a long club, that it was a fluke. But that's not so much the case anymore because of how the ball spins. But
you've been hitting it straight today.
Blades are, you know, you want to at least have a feel. You know, most players still like the look. I mean, my T200s
yeah, I saw those.
still look like blades, but
yeah.
They aren't really.
They aren't?
They're still.
They're muscle backs or whatever?
They're a little still, well, a blade is a muscle back. There's a cavity in there, but it's underneath the plate. So I have a little heel and toe forgiveness. But, you know, I've been with Titleist, like I said, like almost 35 years. Lasted longer than my marriage. I got more out of it. I haven't bought clothes for 30-some years. You know, I probably have 200 pairs of golf shoes.
Well, I've had these like, I don't know, 12 years, 11, 12 years.
Mm-hmm. And I get new irons on the odd years and woods on the even years. So, you know, I don't pay for them. That's part of my deal.
That's the dream.
It's always nice to have the newest technology.
Hole number 7's a par 3, 181 yards straight uphill.
It's all right. It's a good miss.
That'll be good. I never quit talking at the ball. You just kind of hung there. Well, it'll be handy.
Yeah, the clubs that really catch my eye are those 770s or 790s TaylorMade.
Yeah.
I don't know why, I just feel like I'm a
I guess it was just brand loyal because I played them for so long, but those Epic Speed ones, I mean, the technology in them from the last clubs I have are just such a big difference. The clubs before that, I was playing the Burner 2.0s.
Wow.
We're like
still had a bubble shaft.
Yeah. Other tough pin placement.
Yeah, somebody came in this morning and they said to me that there's 8 or 9 pin placements that are 4 or 5 paces on the green.
It's always fun.
Get over the ball and I think nothing now. I'm playing a lot better.
Nothing to think about. You already know how to swing the club. Good shot. A lot of grass.
You're good in match play.
Yep.
This is the one pin that's different than all the other ones.
That's because it's thicker so you can see it.
Yeah.
Should be another 3 feet higher though for when it's back here.
Hole number 8's a scoreable par 5, 485 yards.
Shot.
Yeah, I can get there in 2. Lost it. Oh, I see it.
Down the right side.
Yeah, you're alright. So what would your dream foursome be? It sounded like Arnold Palmer. Just all time or any, it doesn't have to be a professional, it could just be anybody.
Well, my father's been gone since 2008, so I'd like to play one more round with him. And my dad's buddy Art, he's still around, but he's 87 now. And,
Oh, wow.
And Mr. Palmer.
That would be sick.
And Mr. Volpe is his name, Art Volpe. He's having some issues right now. I talked to him the other day. He lives in San Diego now.
Oh, that's
He has a valve that's a little messed up, and he said he needs 2 new knees. But at 87, he's going to do it because he said he hasn't played golf for 4 months, and it's driving him crazy.
Yeah.
He can't play golf. So, you know, golf gets in your blood. It's just one of those things that, you know, if you are a true player, that you have to, you have to play.
right.
In 2020, during the pandemic, I got laid off because of all that, and we were down at playing. They closed the Pennsylvania golf courses, so we were going down to Lakeview to play. And then my brother, he's a state policeman. He said they might start stopping people from going across the state line sometime soon. You know.
Wow.
So I just stayed down there.
Yeah.
I played 703 rounds of golf in 2020. Yeah.
What do you usually play a year?
Probably with playing 36 holes here and there, I probably average like 1 round a day.
Yeah.
You know, from 350 to 400 rounds, but never like that. And then when I started approaching like 650, I thought, this got to be a record. I looked it up, and it's like 979 rounds.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I looked it up in like November, so there was no way I was going to catch it then.
I mean, your game probably has to feel so amazing when you're playing that many rounds,
And
right?
Yeah, then I got the job here in May of 2020, so that kind of cut down how much I started to play. So I was playing 5 rounds a day during the pandemic.
Nice shot.
That's what you're going there.
That rough grabbed it.
Pros would have to be Palmer and Nicklaus and Hogan.
That would be,
And then we could go to the dream foursome of females, but we'll let that one go.
I thought the favorite was going to win in the U.S. Open this week, Rose Zhang.
She didn't have a good.
She
didn't have a good time on number 8.
No.
Number 8 gave her.
She had a rough go at it. Get up. Just barely.
That's drop past it. That should be right on it.
Wow. You draw off the ball below your feet.
Sometimes you have to hold it.
How many people do you coach? You do a lot?
Probably on a regular basis, probably like 80 to 120.
Wow. So what's like a normal day for you? You have so many jobs.
I try to get here early and try to get close to whatever paperwork I have to have done first thing. And then I get down to the golf course area, talk to the players, take hands, kiss babies, all that stuff. And,
is there any like pro events around here?
Run the tournaments. Oh, yeah, I play
like coming up.
I'm playing Monday and Tuesday up at Nemacolin. Yeah.
In a tournament?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah. I'm in my division. I'm leading the points by I think like 260 points or something.
You remind me of Michael Block.
He's a good dude. My buddy Stevie, we met him.
Hole number 9's a par 4, 360 yards.
Are you happy with that?
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah, I really like that. Most people don't like seeing
play it that way?
Yeah, I like playing it right to left.
Dude, that much?
Yeah, well, I mean, I know I definitely lose yardage on that, but it's so, like, consistent. Like,
you figure out your swing path.
Yeah.
You know, and you consistently swing.
You think I should change it then?
Well, I mean, that's up to you. I mean,
because isn't that like,
it's your game? You know what you like to look at. There are players that prefer to play a fade. Trevino liked playing a fade. He never played a fade that far because he never it was more of a power fade because he wasn't want to give up that much distance, especially with a ball that was spinning.
No, I would like to play more. Yeah, I mean, I would like to play more of like a baby fade. But
you can let it trail a little bit to the left, but moving it 30 yards like that, and if you end up somewhere where you are shut out partially or something like that, it's gonna, you're not gonna have enough room to move the ball.
The guy that I look at for that is Dustin Johnson. I try to watch his swing a lot too, because that's all he plays is like a fade, power fade. But yeah.
He also took the money because he thought it wasn't good enough to win.
What do you think about that?
I think
you don't like to live guys because you're PGA, yeah.
Well, that part has not much to do with it. We talked a couple times already about being older and more traditional.
Right.
And those guys. I mean, it's new, and sometimes new is good, and all those types of things. But there's history. When Dustin Johnson has his name on the U.S. Open trophy.
Right, I agree.
You know what I mean? Why would you go there?
Because I just think guys like him, it makes more sense because he already has like the exemptions. He can play like every major. A lot of those other guys have to like play the qualifiers still.
Well, I mean, but still, I mean, it's.
And you think the world rankings like?
That's all screwed up now because of what they're doing. But,
I think it's good. I think it's good though because I think more people that are on the fringe in PGA like got more of an opportunity, Whoa! Not quite what you wanted, but that'll work. Yeah, a little shorter than I wanted. That's a good shot. That's gonna be a long putt. So what's your lowest round ever?
I've shot 60.
60? A few times.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, the things I would do to be able to do that. Wow, that really broke right at the end. Thank you. Oh. Get in there.
Be 2 videos anyway.
Oh,
so.
okay. All right, cool. So let's just
I'm gonna do like a 9
hole.
hole and then 9 hole, so this is perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, I really appreciate playing.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was really fun. This is gonna be the best video ever. Best golf, best like conversation. So.
All right, take it easy. Yeah, thanks again. Have a good night. Like, comment, and subscribe, guys. We'll get more matches like this. Thanks, appreciate it.